Hello everyone, I just wanted to do a little video and show you a little bit more about my new questions deck. This is the 2 cover cards. So first of all, it's telling you welcome about my new question cards and how they are based on T symbology. I'll try and hold that so you can see that a bit better. And then we've got the little bit about how you can use them, whether you shuffle and choose them randomly or whether you go through it and find the particular question or several questions and lay out your own spread if you like. Now, as I said, there is 52. This here is only my printout prototype here. That's why it's got square edges, where my traditional cards all have nice round edges and they're on beautiful linen stock. Like I said, this is only my prototype. The good ones are what coming out to all you people who've done the orders. But I want to show you how I base them on cards. There's 52 cards in the questions, 52 question cards, and then just the 2 how-to cards. And this is how I actually based them. So question here, for instance, how should I deal with this blockage placed in my life? That's actually based on the mountain card. Mountain can be the blockage. So I'm just showing you a few. Another one, what do I need to view with fresh new eyes whilst on this journey? So have a guess before I reveal this one. Which card do you think this is from? What do I need to view with fresh new eyes whilst on this journey? So if you didn't guess it, it's the child card or the baby card. Babies often have fresh new view on things, so it's a new outlook. What area of my life do I need to think outside the box? Now that one will certainly probably keep a few of you guessing. And if you guessed frog, you guessed right. So another one, what excess baggage am I carrying that needs offloading? Now that's an easy one. Is based on the camel. Another couple to go. Are there matters around me that I need to learn from? Now that is a super easy one. Is based on the book. So, and the last one I'll just show you example. Is there something or someone throwing me off balance? And again, that's a super easy one, being the scales. So that's how I come to create this questions deck. And I wanted to keep it all very simple with no teacup or anything on the front of them, so they can be used with any other type of divination. So you can use it with your charms, you could use it if you had runes, you could give them as a gift to someone who's a tarot reader, oracle cards when you're just not sure of what you want to know for that day. Just give yourself a bit of a shuffle and then draw your card. Now, this being the prototype has a blank back, but the actual cards themselves, hang on, where am I? I'm just trying to find the right deck. The actual cards themselves have a teacup, and it'll be this teacup. So it's just the plain, it doesn't have faith, hope and charity there. That's the only part that says anything whatsoever about tea. But I had to have something tea, I'm a tea reader. So, and they're based on tea symbology. So that is the only thing that's different. So they'll look like this on the face and they'll have a nice dark sepia picture on the back of them. So for all of you who have ordered them already, this is what your back will look like, and that's what the fronts are. Completely non-denominational. So I hope you enjoy them, and I'll start using some of these in future videos. Thanks for listening. This is a short little demo video of one way you can actually use your new question cards. And I've actually selected out 3 cards. So you can do this for self, or if you have a client there and they come with a particular question. So I'm going to pretend here I've got a client in front of me. She's struggling to communicate things because she's uncertain and feels a little insecure with herself. So we've actually chosen these 3 cards that I feel and she feels is appropriate to her. So shuffle your card deck nicely, and what I suggest is, yes, you could draw 1 card for each question if you like, But you can then make it into a much, much bigger reading by adding 3 cards per question. Sorry, I'm overlapping them here because I've got not a great deal of room. Interesting, we've got the man and the lady that come out here. So this is how I would use these when I'm reading for a client. Let me try and spread it a little bit more. I know I've got them jumbled here. So this is how we would use these. So that one belongs there. So the first question, how do I find the voice within and communicate amongst others? So this poor young lady, she feels insecure and she's not certain how to find her own voice. So we then look at the 3 cards drawn here for her. We've got mice, heart and man. Now, when you are reading for people, a lot of people get this confused when they see a man and a woman. They think it's actual person related, but also look deeper than just a person related. Like this here, you could say, how does she find her voice to communicate others? You'd see heart and man, you think, oh, she might struggle in actually speaking to men, but it's actually not always about the person or the gender. So that question, how do I find the voice to communicate? Mouse here would tell me she gets really anxious, and literally it's anxiety and heart would create the flutter, and it's almost like them things that are stirring up inside her. It does make your heart beat faster. But she has to find this voice, which would tell me, look deeper within with love to self first, be a little more proactive about looking at the love to self first to reduce the anxiety. So part of her answer to this question is reduce some of your anxiety first and foremost by stepping up to self, not everybody else, but stepping to self first. It'll help calm the anxiety so she can communicate better. Then we go to her next question, how can I attract more solid friendships around me? And that's not relationships as in lovers, it's particularly friendships. She's also got mermaid, sword and fish. Fish is very social. It's a beautiful card for friendships around her, and it does mean good people. Her to attract it, first and foremost, would tell me cut some of the facade she herself puts up. Sword's pointing to this, so it would tell me where she tends to probably overcompensate to try and gain friends. They may see her as something she truly isn't. So I'd say cut the facade and show your true core. You'll certainly attract more friendships. And here would tell me look at the quality of friendships as well. Next question, are there matters around me that I need to learn from? You've got lady, which would tell me about being soft and delicate and pretty and sweet and demure, all the things that us as women are known for. No offence to the guys, but that's us gals. And she's got here woman looking at key and the cross. So the matters around her to learn from would be see the opportunities the moment they arise. This here would tell me look at her higher spiritual self. Cross isn't always a bad thing, and I know that goes against the grain with some people, but cross here would tell me open the door on your own path. And there would tell me the matters around that she needs to learn from would be literally her higher self learning and learning how to actually open, see and put into practice her path. So that's just a brief outline on how you can use these cards. You can then also just go in at random. Like I said, my prototype doesn't shuffle super well because it's only cardboard and not the lovely linen stock that you get. So I'm just going to grab something and I'm going to split the deck. Okay, what part of my life do I need to hold the mirror up to? If you guess what card that is based on, think about it, and I'll tell you what it is. It is actually the moon. And moon in tea symbology means go upon the river by the light of the moon and look at your reflection. What is it do you see looking back at me? So very old symbol, ancient, and moon means what part of my life do I need to hold the mirror up to? And if you were reading that and we drew 3 cards, these are interesting. It would tell me looking at your stress around the workplace, in order to grow. So if this girl was saying, what part of my life do I need to look at? First and foremost, she's got 2 areas, workplace, and she's got a family card here. But then she's got the balloon here behind it, which would tell me there's probably some stresses. It's almost like, is this a family business, a family-owned, either her family or she's working for a family-owned business? And there would tell me, have a good look at what's causing the pressures and things that you need to change. So the mirror here for the moon would tell me, look at your workplace. I hope that helps, guys, and you can do the same with your charms, with your cards. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for listening.